Hey everybody, welcome to another manga haul video. Now this one took a little bit in creating, and I apologize because I usually have these out pretty quickly at the start of every month. And yeah, this has a combination of stuff missing from August, September, and October. So yeah, sit back and let's enjoy a supersized edition of one of these hauls. Let's get started. The first one that we're going to talk about here is Tales of the Tendo Family Volume 4 from One Piece Books. I have not read Volume 3 yet, but I really do enjoy this series. It is quite lovely, and the drama is pretty dang great, if you ask me. From Kodansha, we have Bloodblade Volume 3 from Oma Sei. Now this one is interesting. I read the first two volumes. I love the idea, the concept behind this series of a gender-bent Dracula, and the fact that they're trying to escape this organization that is hunting monsters and all that. That is really cool. But something about the fact that the author reuses a lot of the panels in the different chapters kind of rubs me the wrong way. And it doesn't excite me to pick up a new volume when I flip the pages and I see particular panels being repeated time and time again. Does that make sense? I don't know. Probably just me. From Yen Press, oh boy, not safe for work material already. We're off to a great start. Interspecies Reviewers, Volume 9. I've admitted it before on this channel. I do like the idea. I think it's fun, the whole concept of monster girls, and it's actually pretty fun. I do like that series. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and, you know, it brings the heat with the spicy material. But here is Volume 9, and now, I can't believe I'm saying it, but we finally have a lewd version of a Sphinx. Never thought I would say that anywhere, but here. Also from Yen Press, I have to give a shout out to my friend Colleen from Colleen Manga Rex. They gifted me a copy of Kaiju Girl Caramelise Volume 1. They know I'm a huge fan of kaiju, and I love sparkly, colorful, highly saturated things, so this is a match made in heaven. Can't wait to dig in here with Kaiju Girl Caramelise Volume 1. From Square Enix, we have My Dress Up Darling Volume 12. I am so far behind in reading this series that I think this is a good stopping point until I catch up. Not like there are many volumes coming out, because after this, 13 comes out in like 4 or 5 months, which is insane. I'll probably forget about it by then, but I will try and catch up in the meantime. And I'm trying to do that moving forward on the channel. There are series that I sort of tricked myself into believing that I have to get them as quickly as possible, or else they'll disappear from store shelves. So for long-running series, I might stop collecting them for a bit so that I can catch up with the reading and then proceed to get the latest volumes. Alright, let's do a lot of Viz Media books. The first one that we're going to talk about here is Red River, the Omnibus Edition, containing Volumes 1, 2, and Volume 3. One of the highly anticipated releases for a lot of people, myself included. I've always known about Red River, one of those shoujo isekai type classic stories, and now we get it in a new format. So thank you to Shoujo Beat and Viz for making it happen, and for everybody that requested Red River to be reprinted. And they listened, and they put that out there. So I hope you do your part, and if you wanted to support Red River, you bought your copy. Another Shoujo Beat release is Otaku Vampires Love Bite Volume 1. I recently talked about it here on the channel if you want to check it out. Really enjoy this one. I love the main character. She is awesome. Definitely do enjoy the art. So check out the video if you can, giving out my first impressions on it. Blade of the Moon Princess Volume 5 from Tatsuya Endo. This is the final volume of this series. Really lovely. I talked about Volume 1 when the first book came out, so it's been a minute. I can't wait to see how it concludes. This is a really nice twist on Japanese folklore with supernatural elements. It's got that Naruto vibe going, which is really cool, and a awesome lead character that I am a fan of. The current It show that everybody's talking about as of October and November 2024, it is Dandadan. Here we have volume 4, which I found for cheap. I think it was on the Bezos website for $6 or something like that. It's one of those rare dips that books might get where it's mysteriously at a discount for no particular reason. This had nothing to do with holiday sales, so I picked it up. I also picked up 5 and 6, but they're not here for this video, so 4 will do. Magie Lumiere, Magical Girls Inc., Volume 4. I love Magical Girls and the whole aspect, the superhero trope, if you will, of them saving everybody. That is always really awesome. And the art on this is probably my favorite aspect. The story is quite lengthy. I better make room for this one because I predict it will be a bunch of volumes to try and fit on the shelf. Insomniacs After School, Volume 7. We are officially at the halfway point of the series and finished, I believe it was early this year, at 14 volumes. Super happy about that. And this is stuff that's brand new to me because I experienced the anime first, loved it, and went back and started getting the manga. Lovely romantic series, and the art is just phenomenal. Look at that. Record of Ragnarok. We are finally at volume 12. I think Japan has, what, 22, 23 volumes out or something like that? That is insane. Can we speed this up? I know I say that all the time, but yeah, I think these do well in sales, right? There's no reason to slow the release of Record of Ragnarok. Let's get this out there for the people. Come on now. Finally got another volume of Zom 100. I put a brief stop on getting more volumes because it was just getting overwhelming, grabbing every new thing out there. But I do like the series and I always wanted to continue. So here I am continuing that. 14. I am missing 15. 16 is around the corner, but no rush. I'll get that eventually. Another signature line here from Viz, Steel of the Celestial Shadows. I have not read the previous volume, but I love this series. It shows amazing potential and promise. I can't wait to dig in. I'm flipping through these pages. I'm already seeing some spoilery stuff that just makes me more curious about it. I can't wait. Hashtag DRCL, or Durkle, as the cool kids say. This is Dracula Midnight Children, Volume 3 from Shinichi Sakamoto. Super glammed up. Everybody looks absolutely gorgeous in this. I have not read Volume 2, so I don't know what's happening here, but technically I do because it is based off of the famous Dracula novel, so it's not too complicated. But look at that art, man. And one last Shoujo Beat book here. I actually forgot to get this as soon as it came out. Totally forgot. So later in October, I remembered, oh, I never got Last Quarter from Ai Yazawa. So I went ahead and did that. Here's volume 1. Fantastic series. I can't wait to talk about it. I will probably wait for all the volumes to come out. I think it's only 3 volumes. And then I'll do some type of video on it and talk to you guys about my experience with this series. All right, let's move on to Seven Seas. I am a huge Seven Seas fan, and I was shocked to realize that I got a lot of books from this company in these past couple of months. Here we have Monster Marriage Shop, which I recently did a video on, actually the one before this, and talked about how wholesome in some areas and naughty in some. This book has a little bit of everything. There is a lot of personality to it, and some monster girl fun. It's quirky, silly, dumb, and I don't know. I dug it. That's just me. It's not going to be for everybody, that's for sure. But at only 4 volumes, it doesn't hurt to spice it up from time to time and just get something kooky like this, you know? Here we have volume 13 of Kemono Jihen. I am a little behind reading this series, but this is one of my favorite pickups of the year, actually. Seven Seas put out some really cool stuff that I'm into. I love that they cater to that niche that I subscribe to, which is just all the ghouls, monsters, and noir and yokai folklore, that sort of aspect of manga collecting. That's pretty much me. finally picked up The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, volumes 1 and 2. I've shared these books in the past before. I am collecting the series. I love it. It's fun, super quirky and unique for a harem comedy series, but I didn't have 1 and 2. When I finished watching the anime, the first season, that only adapted the first 3 manga volumes. So I went ahead and started getting the manga from volume 4 onwards, and then decided slowly to go back and grab the first 3. I grabbed volume 3 a long time ago, and for some reason I just kept putting off acquiring 1 and 2 until now. I recently got them and thought, why did I take so long? This is not a super difficult series to find, but it happens, right? We're a little bit crazy these days. Succubus and Hitman, Volume 7. This is extremely not safe for work. It might offend some people. It's one of my guilty pleasures. It's like a B movie. I always say it to help people out. This is very macabre. It's very offensive at times, but it's also a lot of fun in that it's like Death Note meets John Wick with some spice added. Don't blame me if you get like super offended by the naughty stuff that happens in here. It's not for the faint of heart. Mysterious Disappearances, Volume 3 from Nujima, one of my most anticipated releases of 2024. I am so happy that we have Mysterious Disappearances in English. I love this series. It's so much fun. It's a little spicy at times with certain manga panels, but if you like a good folklore heavy, like dealing with urban legends, sometimes yokai, sometimes other spooky stuff and ghost, you'll be at home with this manga. It's pretty unique. It deals with all the urban legend stuff and how it manifests, giving people curses and powers while you have the main protagonist chasing after these legends. My Dear Detective, Mitsuko's Case Files, Volume 1. Recently talked about Volume 1 here. Lovely. I cannot recommend it enough. I think this is one of my favorite reads of the year. One of the best releases, in my honest opinion. A really fun detective story with a lot of heart. World End Solte. Man, Volume 2 came out a year ago. I have to be honest with you. I don't remember a damn thing about what happened in Volume 2. So I need to go back and read that before I jump in with Volume 3. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure Volume 4 is going to take a long time to be collected because there aren't a lot of chapters for this series out in Japan. So I get it, but I wanted to jump on it because Satoshi Mizukami is one of my favorite sci-fi mangaka, and I want to support all the releases when they come out. The Dangers in My Heart, Volume 9. This is a fantastic romantic comedy. I typically don't like reading high school themed rom-coms. That's just a me thing. Don't worry about it. But this one I found a little special. I dug it. I love the character so much. The anime covered up to Volume 8. So this is all brand new material for me. And I'm so happy to have this in my collection. Level 1 Demon Lord and One Room Hero. Here we have Volume 6. I read Volume 5 ages ago. I think I talked about Volume 1 and never went back to discuss the rest of the series. It definitely has an ending by Volume 5, but there's more to the story, and the series ended last summer in Japan, so it's only a total of 11 volumes, so we only have 5 more to go. Not a huge commitment on the shelf. Super happy about that. And one of my favorite releases, Dinosaur Sanctuary Volume 5. Love this series so much. This is such an amazing comfort read. It's so chill, so lovely, so wholesome. I can't recommend it enough. I've talked about it before on the channel if you want to check it out, but wholeheartedly, this is a blind recommendation to anybody out there. If you need something new, fun, wholesome, and exciting to check out, Dinosaur Sanctuary should be on your list. We're almost done. Here we have some Dark Horse books. The first one, H.P. Lovecraft's The Call of Cthulhu. I'm upset that I got this. Not because of the story or whatever. This is a fantastic adaptation by Go Watanabe. I love The Call of Cthulhu, the Lovecraftian horror and all that stuff. That's great. But this is such a tiny release. I know that by me getting this, I've already set in motion the idea that Dark Horse will put this out in deluxe edition hardcover and they will make me double dip and reacquire it. That's why I didn't get the other releases, because I know they're going to do it eventually. And I don't think I talked about this on the last haul video, but I did get Trigun, the deluxe edition hardcover. There was a minor controversy from people complaining about the translation errors and all that stuff. But again, it wasn't really announced that they were doing new translations, which is unfortunate. I get it, but I'm just fortunate. I'm just happy to have Trigun in my collection, along with Trigun Maximum. So super happy about that. Looking fantastic, if you ask me. And last but not least, I think this is in my top 5 most anticipated releases of the year. I'm that serious. From Drawn and Quarterly, finally, after a year and a half of waiting, we have the release of Yokai, the art of Shigeru Mizuki. Shigeru Mizuki, the GOAT. I love this creator so much. Rest in peace to one of the best to ever do it. One of the greatest mangaka of all time. Everybody owes a lot to Shigeru Mizuki. And this is so surreal that we finally have one of his many supplemental/art books printed in English for the first time. Drawn and Quarterly did an amazing job here. The construction of this book is phenomenal. I love that it's like landscape mode here. And I am very passionate about yokai and supernatural stuff. And to have this, it means a lot. It gives validity to the hobby and all these wonderful creatures that I've come to learn about and love. I created a whole TikTok channel dedicated to me talking about yokai. That is Creature Gaiden. I'm taking a sabbatical from it. I haven't posted in months. I will eventually, but yeah, Creature Gaiden. If you want to follow me on TikTok before that app disappears, or on Instagram, I do have a backup of it on Instagram. Just search for Creature Gaiden. Man, this looks phenomenal. Look at the craftsmanship and the quality here with the pages, the info on the different yokai. Just wonderful stuff. Love this release. So there it is. Pretty fantastic manga haul, if you ask me. 3 months worth of stuff that just didn't arrive in time or got delayed, all that stuff. And now I'm looking at my November orders, the actual November stuff, and those are really delayed. I don't know when I'm gonna post the next haul video, hopefully soon. But thank you everybody for tuning in. I truly do appreciate it. If you watched all the way to the end, leave a comment down below. Just type, I don't know, hashtag yokai. And I know that you are a trooper and you watched everything, and I will be forever thankful for your contribution. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and being a part of Manga Geekdom. That's going to be it for now. God bless. Stay safe out there. I will catch all of you on the next one.